Alito.
Alito.
To my beautiful
copper colored people.
It's been a long time, y'all. Well, a couple weeks. You know, we try to get a little something out and before that. But hey, we back at it. And we're going to tackle the situation, the so-called Black History Month. Y'all know what they call it, you know. So we're going to go into the real American history. The American Indian history. The history that's not told to y'all or slips up under y'all's mind or y'all don't really think about it or, you know, things of that. Everybody's, you know, they got the, you know how these people working. You know, the deceivers. They gonna keep y'all deceived and keep you hooked on your TVs and, you know, phones, technology and all that. So you don't know, you know, pay attention to the real or the real that's been hidden. So we're gonna start out with so-called Black history, aka American Indian history, the history of the Americas. We're gonna see, like, tackle some things. We're gonna go with, right now, we're gonna start out with Henrietta Lacks. If we descend from so-called Africans, why aren't they better? We keep saying this all the time. Why are they not showing this? Who are they oppressed by where they're not able to invent all this stuff that we've invented over in the Americas? Not just inventions either. Let's just go with the genetics. Let's talk about DNA. Okay, we got Henrietta Lacks with the immortal cells. And she was a so-called black woman whose cancer cells were the source of HeLa cell line, the first immortalized cell line in medical research. An immortalized cell line were produced indefinitely under specific conditions, and the HeLa cell line continues to be a source of invaluable medical data to this present day. I want to see somebody over in so-called Africa with the DNA and genetics like this. The ones who produce Michael Jacksons, Michael Jordans, Mike Tysons, Evander Holyfields, LeBron James. Hey, even when you cross our DNA and mix it up, still comes out potent. Because our DNA is royalty. It's royalty in our DNA. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. Tiger Woods, crossed with our DNA, still performing unlike any other. Oh, did y'all forget about Aerosmith? What's his name? Steven Tyler? Did you know his daughter, what's her name? Liv Tyler? She went into that and dug into their genealogy. Found out that their 4-time great-grandfather was a Negro, aka American Indian. And then you wonder how he got so much talent. And he said, I feel so close to the so-called black people. I've been wondering why. I feel like this closeness with them. So there's a lot of things that y'all don't be knowing. And what you got? We're gonna swap it out. We're gonna go him, me.
Alright, so what I got here is I got jaguars, not the leopards. So let's just go.
Well, who is the jaguar? Who's the Black Panther?
American Indians.
But then they told you Wakanda was in so-called
Africa.
Wow. But then we know Wakanda is, we have many Wakandas here. There's no existence of a Wakanda nowhere on the continent of Africa. Does that blow you guys' mind? Should that blow you guys' mind? We have Wakanda, Illinois, Wakanda, Nebraska, Wakanda, Iowa. Like, really? And then they're finding the jaguars. We already know these so-called Black Panthers, Panthera, all over the Americas. And you know, I was talking to my mother-in-law, right? Not to cut you off, but I was talking to, remember when we was talking with your granny? And she was telling us about when she was young, they were having these sightings of Black Panthers out there in East Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And then we pull up an article. What does it say?
People in Texas and many other parts of the country continue to report sightings of large black cats fitting the description of what most will call Black Panthers.
The jaguars of the Americas. The original cat. The dominant cat. Not the recessive one. The leopard over in Africa. In the Americas. And then you have what? Here's the swamp. What is that? And then we have ancient artifacts of Black Panthers. The Black Panther man. Here. Look at his nose and everything. That's a Negro for you. American Indian. But you guys try to go with this goo goo gaga fake history. We shattering all that. We come with the real.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have, what is it called? What is the copper one called that was supposed to have been mixed?
Golden Jaguar.
The Golden Jaguar. And they made him out to be the villain. Oh, he's the villain. No, you ain't got to read that. We ain't gonna even go into all that. We just want to tackle the basics of this. That people should already be knowing.
Mm-hmm.
Go do your research. Find out which one is the more dominant one. Find out why they're finding all the bones over here and you guys call that place over there Israeli. And then they find all the bones and everything here. Evidence of a flood on top of the mountains. Did you guys forget about that? They find seashells and whale bones on top of the mountains here in Americas. Evidence of a flood, a major catastrophe. But you guys are so gone with your black name that literally your mind is black. You're in a black hole. And most of y'all is dumb as a box of rocks because you have no common sense. They give you the fake history of slavery and this and that. They don't tell you how the hell. It still blows my mind that you guys believe this. These people are dragging you from a whole nother continent. People over in the continent don't know you. These people are dragging you over there with you vomiting, peeing, urinating, feces, menstrual cycles going on. Disease is a disaster for disease. And they tell you they killed the Native Americans over here with disease when there's no history of anybody getting wiped out by a disease. Your population is going to come back. But the so-called people that they brought over here should have been dead off of those diseases. Just off of the stuff they would have to endure. And this is the stuff that y'all be wanting the people to believe. That they was bringing all these people over here. At the same time, they're warring with Native Americans. You mean to tell me they grabbed y'all by your nappy afros, drugged you across the Atlantic with no engines on these boats. They just coasting through, drag y'all by your nappy afros, bring you over here to a whole nother coast, warring with some Native Americans while they still holding you by your nappy afros, beating them up. Beating up the other Caucasians because they're over here fighting over Spain, English, French, Dutch, everybody just fighting. They able to, these are, man, y'all got some gods.
And they believe it too.
Yeah. These, you black people, y'all got some gods. Y'all better worship that white Jesus y'all after. Y'all better keep worshiping these people. Because these stories they done gave y'all got some gods. They able to do all that. Man, y'all got straight Thors. A bloodline of Thors. Just dragging y'all across your nappy afros across the Atlantic. Beating up all Native Americans, other Caucasians, and everything. Still able to enslave you, beat you. Bring you to a land that you don't know about. And y'all over here being the best farmers and everything. Gosh, y'all some stupid people, man.
Real.
This stuff, like, it irritates me, man. Irritates me and my son, because we can't believe how stupid people is. Like, even to this day, like, it's like, I can't believe, like, y'all been hit with a stupid stick bad. I know a lot of majority of our people is dumb, you know, but I didn't think it was, man, I mean. So let me go from Henrietta Lacks. Y'all know about her with the mortal cells. Immortals. Yasharala, does that ring bells? These chosen people, different people, peculiar people. Henrietta Lacks, and what is she? She was born in Roanoke, Virginia. Virginia. Died in Baltimore, Maryland. She was born August 1st, 1920. And she died October 4th, 1951. Her family got a lawsuit too, because they held her cells and DNA and stuff without her permission or their permission. These deceivers. What were they doing with that? Then they come out with something too about this DNA. Y'all know about that cotton swab y'all been doing, 23andMe. Came on breaking news, like, what are they doing? Probably thanks to Dane Calloway too, bringing all that attention to it. Somebody caught wind of it on that internet, and it caused big old hysterical chaos right now. They're saying, what are they doing with it? They're saying that they're holding it and keeping it. What are they doing with people's DNA? Same thing people been telling y'all. If y'all want to be dumb, y'all keep going to your gods, praying to your gods, bowing down to your gods, looking for handouts and appraisal from your gods, appraises, and y'all run to them. Okay, and let's go with, her occupation was a tobacco farmer. Wow. And then let's go into Albert Perry. Carried a secret in his DNA. Albert Perry carried a secret in his DNA. Albert Perry. Y chromosome so distinctive that it reveals new information about the origin of our species. No, not our species. Not ours. Don't try to include everybody with us. We want to be separate, like the Most High said. We don't want to be compared to no other people. There's no other people like us. They're over there on the continent, all by themselves, with people that look like them, and they haven't produced anything. Not an engine, all the stuff that we've created. They haven't produced anything over there. And y'all believe the bamboozles. All the lies and stories. Everything was created right here. And when you go into, shout out to the Tunchonist one, the creations of the American Indians, you start going into a whole spill of things. Right? Y'all need to go and look that up, or look at this video, or go and look that up. Creations of the American Indians, aka what they try to fake and say Native Americans. And you'll see and parallel it right with the so-called blacks of the Americas, the American Indians. See how that works? The same people have been doing it in the past, they do it in the present. Nothing changed.
Nope.
But y'all think that somehow the Native Americans was the one that invented this stuff. Y'all already know who builds pyramids and mounds, but y'all still going, oh, that's not us. Dummies. And then Albert Perry. And let's go into more He was a man who lived in South Carolina. A few years ago, one of his female relatives submitted a sample of his DNA to a company called Family Tree DNA for genealogical analysis. Submitted his DNA over to him. Okay, samples to work out how we are related to one another. Hundreds of thousands of people have now had their DNA tested. The data from these tests has shown that all men gained their Y chromosome from a common male ancestor, genetic Adam, lived between 60,000 and 140,000 years ago. All men except who? Albert Perry, that is. I don't really need to go on. Henrietta Lacks, Albert Perry, us, the ones who show a substantial amount of talent. Cross us with anything, and it enhances others. That royalty is in our DNA, man. It can't be matched with any others around the world. We do things and make it look easy. And y'all trying too hard and you make it look cheesy. So okay, let's see what else you got. Let's see what you got. Let's go into, because I'm gonna do the grown-up stuff. We're gonna swap it out, man. I'm gonna do this with the grown-ups, Henrietta Lacks and all this stuff. Alright, and you can go into, oh, who's this?
The Copper Wonder Woman.
Okay, let's.
So first we got.
What does this say?
It says, only just now found out that Wonder Woman has a so-called black twin sister named
Nubia.
I know Deadpool has a
so-called
black daughter, but nothing about Diana's so-called black twin.
And let's hold it up. With that American outfit on.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder Woman's twin sister, Nubia. The struggle over here in America. The coppers and the Caucasians. And not all of them. These elite, and some of our people are part of this too. It's a little handoff, a little lease the land over to them. And I know all Caucasians aren't the same. Just like all of us aren't the same. And a lot of them have a lot of our DNA in them. And if you look at them, their noses have changed. They don't have that beaky Becky we used to talk about, that pointy bird nose.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have the nose like us. And they've changed. Their performance have changed because they can breathe more. When you have nostrils with a broad nose like this, you can breathe more. So you can excel more in sports. It's common sense. People should already know this. Caucasians are not the same. White men couldn't jump back then. Remember, they had movies and stuff. They're all around you. Now they're jumping out the gym, like we say. Right? Our genetics is top. Something for y'all to think about. Why didn't so-called Prince Harry go over to Africa and find him a woman? Why did he come to the Americas to find him a mulatto? Meghan Markle? The greatness of us here? That DNA in her? The royalty in her DNA? He's throwing some of that copper back in there from the past, of the whiteout that happened, the transferring of the powers, the original copper-colored Queen Elizabeth, and then you went into the switch. Y'all understanding any of this? Is it getting through to any of y'all? I mean, what else do we got? I mean, her and her sister, what are they?
They're fighting.
They have a fight, power struggle. Kind of reminds you of where's that one picture I got? One of those pictures here. Well, let's just, I don't know. Oh, who's that? Dead Pill or Dead Pool? And his daughter they were talking about. She's copper. He has a mulatto daughter that has some of that great American Indian blood in her.
Mm-hmm.
Is anything making sense to you guys? No? I mean, it should. Y'all knowing the Most High created man from ashes to ashes, dust to dust, you shall return. People of these colors been found all over. Andaman Islands. Remember that Christian guy y'all? That just got shot down and killed? Trying to go over there and spread that Jesus. What they call them people? Oh, Indians? They call them Indians, not Africans? Went over there trying to give him that white Jesus and got an arrow straight through his throat. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. And if you knockoffs go over there trying to preach that African stuff, you're going to get an arrow through your throat. But guess what? We ain't. Because we ain't got to go over there and try to tell them, hey, you know you you Indians? Not American Indians, but you know y'all Indians? Because we respect them. They on their land. They Indians. They from their land, and we going to let them stay over there. And we from our lands, these Americas, and we going to stay over here. We respecting everybody's territory. We ain't trying to go over there and tell them, hey, y'all know y'all this and not. We ain't trying to play the name game on you or pin the tail on a donkey. Nah, we're going to let y'all do y'all thing over there. And all the other melanated people all over, Philippines, the Negritos, the originals, that people are, I've seen them posting stuff. I'm like, you know those, the other Filipinos, the light ones are mixed with Asian and some of them have Caucasian in them, Spaniard. But they have the Negroes, so-called Negroes. Those are the original people. Yeah, we've been on this. Is it that hard for you guys to believe? To understand? Really? The same thing that's going on in the so-called continent, you guys talking about Africa. Same thing we're going through. Difference is, now y'all getting the colonizers over there, but y'all been beefing with each other. Now you got the Asians and all these other people coming over there, and we got the Caucasians. But other than that, what I'm saying is, same thing with you guys got the mulattoes over there, who they now call the Arabs, and there's the original people that are over there, that are dark-skinned, copper-colored people that are over there, that say they are. And they've all went from France and all of that into West Africa. You got them over in Egypt, right? But y'all want to overlook that. Got them all over there. And then we dealing with the same thing. It's not no problem. But the problem is when we allow people to take our identity and we take the backseat like we always do. Some loving, want to be accepted type people. Cut our own people's throat and make way for some other people. For the mulattoes. And there's, like I said, I don't have no beef with them. The problem is with us. Now we got to wake up and take back what's ours and do what we need to do. Get into these political, we got to go in there. Inject in there, intercept up in them, put yourself in these positions and start doing like these Scott Beesons and talk about, the original people, the so-called blacks are the aboriginals. But it needs to be y'all now. Y'all need to step into these power moves and start exposing and doing things.
Be yourself. Don't try to be other people.
And know your history and your knowledge. And give hints to your people. Drop breadcrumbs. Make them work. Can't give them everything on a platter. Make them work. Do the work. It's just the reason why we in this position. Y'all don't like to take responsibility. You want to hand it off to somebody. We're in this position because of us. Nobody else. Can't nobody come in and do all this that y'all think they can do. And we them people, man.
Mm-hmm.
Talented. Them real American Indians that you find in the hood. Them Indians in the hood that wild out. Instead of wilding out on each other, they need to wild out in the right way. Getting into them books and the laws and stuff. And then we got, like I've said, you guys got the Negro Bill Cannon, Negro Head Rock, so-called Nigger Head Rock. You got everything that's written in stone, while other people's truths are written in books. Right? Ours is written in stone. The Mayan stones, all the stones you see around you, the greatest stone structures in the Americas, all over the Americas, South, Central, North, the pyramids. It blows my mind. You guys was all so struck on these pyramids. We the pyramids, people with these pyramids on their shirts, and then you find out there's pyramids and stuff, greater step pyramids and all that kind of stuff in the Americas, and now you're not the people. Y'all don't even claim that. No, that's not us. When they telling you that's them, that's you. They telling you, that's you. The Brian Forresters, the L.A. Marzulis, David Childress. These guys are saying the locals, these other people they don't know nothing about it. They're saying these were a people of ancient times. No, these are people that got destroyed through paper genocide. Then we got, what else? What you got? What else you got? I gotta hurry up and get through this, because you know, I don't know how this thing, this phone work with this time, but it'll just shut off. This is why y'all be seeing it shuts off.
We got Victor Moore, the man who beat Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee, Superfoot Wallace, and Joe Louis. First so-called black national karate champion, Forgotten Fury.
Forgotten Fury. Victor Moore. Show him the picture. Hold it up. There's your so-called black history. Stuff y'all don't overlook or they don't give to you. You got to search for it. Like buried treasure. All right. Who else do we got right here?
We got Sarah Rector.
We're going to go on Sarah Rector again. She's a part of that.
She was born March 13th, 1902 in Oklahoma. She died July 22nd, 1967, age 65, in Kansas City, Missouri, U.S.
Kansas City, Missouri, U.S. Sarah Rector. Y'all want to do your research on that? The richest. Not your Native Americans. Why the heck aren't they? You guys never think about that? Why the heck aren't they the richest? This is their land. They've been sitting on all these riches. Why the heck are we the ones? You keep going into history and stuff. Besides the Caucasians, you know they greedy butts taking everything. Snatches, especially the stuff we was creating. And not putting patents on it. Creating engines, stick shifts in cars, gear shifts. Right? Stop signs. Then they tell you that they found all this stuff in Guatemala. Highways and cars and stuff. Does it ring a bell yet, yo? No? No? You still stupid? Huh? Y'all still don't want to wake up? You still dumb? None of this stuff rings a bell? We on this feathers up, man. It's feathers up with us.
Yup.
Tomahawks out. This is to the death. This ain't just like no fad or nothing like that. Nah. This is what we represent. This is us. We bring in with the ancestors. Got them on our backs. So y'all can play around if you want to. We ain't going nowhere. We might not be making videos like we do because, I got struck by YouTube and they gave me a few warnings and said if I do it again, they're going to whatever, penalty, timeout. I don't understand it though. It's educational use. Ain't like I was abusing or fabricating anything. But you know what it is. We in they field in their courtroom. But on that note, we got any more? What else do you got? Is there anything after that? I got Allison, Montana. That you see with those Mardi Gras Indians in New Orleans. And all over those areas. Copper color, man. All this copper color. What else we got? What else do we got? What we gonna? I mean, y'all know they've been everywhere. I mean, y'all just want to believe they were just dragging y'all all across. Oh yeah, they took South America, North America, everywhere. Everywhere you see a copper colored people, that was them. They were slaves. They was getting dragged. Come on, man. Wake up.
For real.
On that note, you know what? We're going to keep it feathers up. And we're going to keep these tomahawks out. Feathers up.
Yup.
Feathers up. Thanks to my wifey. My copper colored penny, my feathers up. I got them tomahawks, arrows. Who got them arrows? Who throwing them arrows? Got them arrows going, man. Who got them arrows going? We got them going.
Yup.
Hey ya, 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 hey ya. On that note, peace and power to the people. Feathers up.
Feathers up.
Wise up.
Wise up.
Tribe up. Find your tribe. Go and ask your grannies and your great aunties and stuff like that, your family members, great uncles.
Instead of doing those stupid con swab thingamajigs.
Or letting somebody else tell you your history.
Yeah.
Go and unlearn and then relearn. And then find out what the truth is. Take all the stuff you learned from the Caucasians and push it out and start from scratch. And see where you go. Because we all going to lead to that golden road.
Yup.
On that note, we out.
Feathers up.
Peace and power. And great good energy to the people.